Hey guys, what is going on? This is Wrestlelamia, back with another episode. It's a busy day for news, so let's not waste any time. Join us now as we look at the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know, including a big injury at NXT TakeOver, a stipulation added to a SummerSlam title match, an update on Brock and Roman's return, and more. Top NXT Star Injured. Terrible news following NXT TakeOver 30 as newly crowned NXT champion Karrion Kross was apparently injured during his title win over Keith Lee. WWE.com issued the following statement. WWE medical staff confirmed that Kross sustained a separated acromioclavicular joint during his battle with the Limitless One. Despite the injury, a determined Kross took down the champion, showing incredible toughness by lifting Lee up for a devastating Doomsday Saito off the middle rope to claim the NXT Championship. Wrestlelamia will continue following this story. Triple H says WWE has moved on from allegations against Velveteen Dream. Velveteen Dream's return to NXT continues to draw criticism from some fans, with the argument being made that the WWE had no business bringing him back after the #SpeakingOut allegations made against him. However, as reported earlier, the WWE conducted an investigation and apparently feels there's no substance to the allegations. During the conference call after NXT TakeOver 30, Triple H commented on the #FireVelveteenDream. We've talked about this, we've said our piece on it, and I understand people's positions on it and their feelings of something that they seeing with the accusations online. So I feel like there's nothing more that needs to be said on it again, that's it. As Ringside News reported, Velveteen Dream's accuser has already come forward and stated that WWE never contacted him about an investigation. Despite the concept of innocent until proven guilty, these accusations are likely going to remain an issue for some time to come unless the case is taken to trial or an admission is made. Update on Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar in WWE. With the WWE airing shows at the Thunderdome with virtual fans, there were rumors of a surprise return for SmackDown, with talk turning towards two long-absent superstars, Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar. However, according to Ringside News, neither man is expected back in the near future. Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns are not on any internal roster list or scheduled for a return in September. A writer very close to the situation has confirmed that Lesnar and Reigns' names have not been brought up at all. Additionally, we were told that Roman Reigns and Vince McMahon are still talking. That being said, if a return happens, nobody knows about it. Roman has been in touch with Vince this entire time, but if they are doing anything with Roman, it would be a total surprise and they would have kept it. With the WWE constantly feeding disinformation via its wrestlers and staff, anything is possible. Survivor Series will be here soon, and the 2020 to 2021 TV schedule premiere is even sooner. Don't be surprised if WWE shakes things up with either Brock or Roman, or both. Stipulation added to Fiend vs. Wyatt match. The WWE has upped the ante for the Fiend vs. Braun Strowman match at SummerSlam, announcing on Talking Smack that the bout for Strowman's Universal Championship will be a Falls Count Anywhere match. This should turn this one into an even wilder affair that allows both men to pull off some sick bumps as they dish out insane amounts of punishment. AEW stars criticize WWE Thunderdome. The WWE's move to its new Thunderdome arena at the Amway Center has fans and wrestlers talking. Recently, AEW main eventers Chris Jericho and Jon Moxley shared their thoughts on the new venue. Here's what Le Champion had to say. I loved it. The presentation looks great. I think it's great that the WWE got out of the Performance Center. It was really killing their vibe. It just looks like a warehouse. It has nothing to do. At least dress it up a bit or darken it. The Thunderdome looks cool. The thing that was confusing to me was the fans behind them. They weren't making a lot of noise, or maybe they couldn't make noise or whatever that may be. It looked cool, but it's also a bit weird out of like The Running Man or something you would see on Black Mirror. All of these faces behind you, but they're all on TV screens. Nothing takes the place of the real fans, and I'm really excited to have real fans at our show next week, next Thursday, and we did it right. Jon Moxley was more critical. Speaking with Dave Meltzer on Wrestling Observer Radio, Mox noted, All the LED boards and shit in the Thunderdome isn't going to fix their problem. We know what their problem is. We know what the problem is. It's one person, 3 letters, VKM. Until he's gone or relinquishes control, it's not going to change. It's always interesting to hear outsiders discuss another promotion, and while a wrestler's status working for the competition gives you a good reason to take their opinion with a healthy dose of skepticism, constructive criticism is good for the industry. Chris Jericho obtains trademarks from WWE. Chris Jericho has received over 40 trademarks from the WWE, with Heel by Nature reporting, WWE has entered an agreement with Christopher Irvine, better known to fans as AEW star Chris Jericho, transferring ownership of trademarks for his character name. The trademarks that have been transferred are for the name Chris Jericho in the United States and dozens of other countries. No other trademarks terms have been transferred. The historic Y2J trademark still remains property of WWE. As first reported by PW Insider, WWE has agreed to transfer ownership of 2 active US trademarks to Chris Jericho, but will continue to retain property rights of the name for use while he was under contract with the company. The 40-plus number sounds impressive, but it bears mentioning that they're duplicates of the same trademark across a variety of countries. Nevertheless, it's good news for Jericho. Chris Jericho has reinvented himself so many times that not having Y2J is likely seen as little concern for him, since he's long moved on to other characters, including his current Le Champion persona. Planned potential Payback match. The WWE's Payback pay-per-view is just a week away, and it appears the WWE may have another match to add to the already announced WWE Women's Tag Team Championship defense by the Golden Role Models Bayley and Sasha Banks. Fightful Select is reporting that Baron Corbin vs. Matt Riddle could be another bout on the card. If so, this makes sense, as the WWE has been building up to a feud between the King and the Ultimate Bro. Fans are still amazed that the WWE has a pay-per-view airing just a week after SummerSlam, but this could become the new normal when it comes to the Big Four shows such as SummerSlam, Survivor Series, and the Royal Rumble. One theory to consider is that WWE is experimenting with running shorter shows, much as it has since after WrestleMania 36, in order to not burn out the fans. Rather than making these shows 2 nights events over one weekend, as WrestleMania 36 was, it may put an additional show on a week later to handle the overflow of matches that couldn't make it onto the marquee show. NXT UK Returning. Fans of NXT UK will be happy to know the show is scheduled to return in September. WWE on BT Sport tweeted a hype video along with the following announcement. NXT UK returns this September from our very own studio in London. Let's get to work! Are you excited about the show's return? And is this a good sign for wrestling? Chris Jericho argues it's time for fans in AEW. On 27th August, AEW will be holding its first Dynamite with paid fans since the events of the pandemic led to empty arena shows. During his Saturday night special YouTube program, Jericho discussed the return of fans to AEW shows. I'm really excited to have real fans at our show next week, next Thursday, and we did it right. We spaced everybody in pods, so if you are with 3 people, you can buy a pod of 4. If you're with 2 people, you can buy a pod of 2 or 6, and you stay in that area. You're socially distanced from everyone. Everyone's going to be wearing masks, and I think people are ready for it. It's time to, at least, give it a try and do it safely. At some point, society has to bring back public gatherings, even if they are of a limited nature. However, do you think it's too early to do so? Let us know in the comments below. AJ Styles says segment wasn't meant to mock AEW. Last but not least, fans who tuned in to the 14th August SmackDown saw AJ Styles introduce his phenomenal Intercontinental Statistics System, a method for determining who was worthy of a shot at his Intercontinental Championship. Styles claimed the system revealed that no one was worthy. The segment was funny, but it immediately got fans talking for another reason. Some fans, and Wrestlelamia, felt the system was a shot at AEW's ranking system, and Cody Rhodes' constant talk of using sports analytics to rank AEW's stars, although as Wrestlelamia has repeatedly pointed out, said system remains as clear as mud. During a segment on his Twitch stream, AJ said, "So there were statistics that Joseph Park did in analytics, and it was said somewhere that WWE's AJ Styles taking a shot at AEW because they keep up with rankings. Like, what? That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Like, why? I feel like maybe the information they were getting from whoever it was, from the dirt sheets and whatnot, are just not there anymore, so they're really just making stuff up. It was not a shot, it was a story, and it had nothing to do with Tony Khan. AJ's comments rank up there with "the check is in the mail" and "WWE promises to listen to the fans from now on" in terms of credibility. Well guys, there you have it, the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know in wrestling. What did you think of these stories and rumors? Be sure to leave your comments, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel, follow us on Instagram and Twitter, and I'll see you next time for some more wrestling content.